Hey, good morning. It's Chris here from Bears Home Inspection. So it's actually almost like afternoon. But anyway, I want to do the second part of my video about my AC replacement and the importance of this and why this matters and why this video is important for overseeing program, maintaining your HVAC equipment, and insurance. And this is what we really want to focus on is insurance. So the system I decided to go is, this is my AC condenser. This is a Rude. Some people call it Rud. I call it Rud, Rude. Who cares? It's just, it is what it is. But this AC condenser is a 3.5 ton. And it also is a heat pump, and it's a 2-stage. So some of the things that are really important is right here. This is required by HVAC companies to write down the tonnage, the amperage, the 240 vac, and the K-Flex. So right here is my new line set, right? So one of the reasons why I went with this particular company, I'll show you right here. This is the Plumbing Nerds. I went with them because they were honest. But I'll just get to this right at that point in a second. So here's my new line set, right? So this one's encased. When we paint the house, that'll all be painted. And that's my breaker disconnect. So, and the condensate discharge was replaced, as well as we're on a proper pad. The pad is actually Tapcon screwed down to my original pad, and it's very secure. So it's a good system. I'm going to show the air handler next. So one of the reasons why I went with this company is I've been in the building industry the majority of my adult life. I don't know any HVAC company here, to be honest with you. I've been operating in Florida now going on 5 years, and I don't really know anybody who could do this work that I could feel confident with. But I do inspect, hundreds of AC systems. And I know the companies I don't like, the ones I want to stay away from. You know, big companies. Everybody knows a friend, a buddy, a brother who does this stuff. But I wanted this done with a permit. I wanted it done correct. And again, back to why I went with the Plumbing Nerds is because they were the only company that was including replacing the line set and properly sizing the line set, which is your refrigerant, to my new system. Every other company, you can private message me and I'll tell you who they are. Every other company was not replacing my line sets. All they were going to do was flush them out, giving me this horse shit that it's copper. Oh, copper lasts forever. Copper does not last forever. And if you're going to replace your air handler and AC condenser, basically an AC changeout, do it right. Replace your electrical if it needs to be done, and replace your refrigerant line sets. So this was why we went with them. Plus, I have to say, they gave us a pretty good price. You know, I was a residential contractor on Long Island for a long time. I was very fair with my clients. I gave out good pricing. So, you know, you're not going to come to my home and bamboozle me and the Super Cub with some ridiculous nonsense, right? This is all a Super Cub's ridiculous amount of Christmas decorations. This is only some of them. So she's really killing me. Roger, I'm running out of room. But anyway, so before I go up into the attic access, I want to show you another important aspect of your 4-point inspection. So my service panel was updated. How is it updated? I'm going to show. So right here, this 45 amp breaker was changed. So this is the breaker for the air handler. So that used to be a 30 amp breaker. And there's our Bears Home Inspection sticker because we inspect our own property. So that's an update. So on the 4-point inspection form, when you go to the electrical section, they want to know if there's been any updates to the system. So there's an update. We went from a 30 amp to a 45 amp, and like I showed at the AC condenser, because that's the way it's supposed to be done. You have to do it correctly. So I'm also going to include my electric panel as an update on my 4-point inspection. I already spoke to my insurance agent, so I know that I'm going to get a reduction in my homeowner's insurance. We're already we're maxed out in the sense of the opening protection chart because we have everything you could possibly have. You know, I have impact windows and doors. I have a brand new roof, all that jazz. The only thing I can't get is Florida building code because my home was built in 1988. But now we're going to go up in the attic here, and I'm going to show you the new air handler. So let's climb up here. Attics are not fun. Winter in Florida is over, so we're back kind of to the heat. So this right here is my new air handler. This is a big boy. Much larger than the older system. And what really makes it larger is right here, the plenums. The 2 plenums, right? So I have new ductwork returns. The only thing I have not replaced yet is this one line. I'm going to replace it. We just weren't able to do it at the time this was installed, but this is my delivery plenum, which is huge compared to my old plenum. So much more work was done here. And this is my return plenum, which is at the back side of the air handler. So, but anyway, right here, they put the proper labeling on. So I'm not going to open up this cabinet, but inside this air handler, I have a W coil. So a coil is typically like an A-frame, right? So my coil has a W. So I have additional cooling at my coil. So this whole system is a heat pump system. So if you have a heat pump system and you achieve a SEER rating, which is the seasonal energy efficiency rating of 15.2, you're entitled to a federal tax rebate every year on your homeowners, on your taxes when you file. So I'm going to get this credit next year. So we achieved the 15.2. Otherwise, if you're an electric, all electric, no heat pump, you have to be at a 16 SEER. So when you get into these 16 SEER units, these higher SEER efficiencies, you're paying a lot of money for them. So we were able to achieve this by putting in a heat pump, a two-stage AC condenser and air handler, and with the heat pump. So this one has, like, actually, not that I want heat here. This is ridiculous. It's Florida. These people are just like freaking out about the cool weather. I mean, good Lord. It's like murder down here all the time with the heat. So right in here is where my fan motor is. So there's also, I also have a heat strip. So I have two ways to heat my home if I wanted to ever deliver. I can either put it on auxiliary, which just brings heat faster than the heat pump reverse cycling, or I can use the heat pump. So I actually ran it twice just to run it. I want to make sure it ran right. And to get the, you know, just the chill out of the house. It has been a little cold the last few weeks, but I like it. I'm sweating right now. I'm always sweating. That's one thing I hate about Florida. It's too hot. But anyway, I'll show you. So right here is my hot water tank. So this one is 8 years old. So there's nothing wrong with it. But in 2 years, regardless of the condition, I'm going to replace it. I'm going to take out a homeowner contractor permit, replace it myself. I want to do everything with a permit because permits are verification that it was done professionally. I don't hold the contractor license here in Florida, but you know, it'll come back to the same thing, that it was done professionally. I have the Village of Estero inspected, and I'll save money on that. So again, I spoke to my insurance agent because my policy is going to renew in April. I want to make sure that I'm getting the best benefit I can, the best bang for my buck, and the importance of 4-point inspections, insurance, oversee it, hiring the right people, monitoring them. So we basically ran oversee it on our own project. And it's super important. You know, there's a lot of clowns here in Florida. There's a lot of scammers. They take advantage of the elderly. They just take advantage of everybody because people just don't know. And, you know, my system was 20 years old. It was functioning. When it finally, it didn't really die. I needed a capacitor. So the capacitor was like a jump starter to help to kick on the compressor for the AC condenser. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to piecemeal this thing back together. Let's get rid of it, get a brand new system. So I'm going to save money every year now. I'm going to save money on utilities. All right, it's going to run super efficient. In the last video, I showed how I had them install return ducts in my 3 bedrooms, which we never had because back then they didn't put return ducts in. So now I have returns in every bedroom. It runs incredibly efficient. And I have a larger cooling surface because of that W coil, and I have a new delivery duct in my lanai that is, you know, that's been under air but not properly conditioned. So that's what added the half a ton that we wanted the larger system, because we added on that square footage. But anyway, I know this video is a little long, but super important. Bears Home Inspection, certified master inspector. I'm a former residential contractor. Been doing this for a very long time. I understand Florida like no one else. So if you have any questions, you know, even if you don't do things with a permit, you should always update your 4-point. 4-point inspections are only good for 1 year. That's it. Then you have to get a new one. So if you make any changes relating to plumbing, electrical, your roofing, or your HVAC, you should alert your insurance company, because that's how you save money. They want to know that you are maintaining your equipment and putting the right material in. So I'll just show you one last thing before we get out of here and get on with my day here. So, you know, Bears Home Inspection. So right here we run our Oversee It program. You know, really important. I'm a certified master inspector. We're Internachi certified. And, you know, we won 2 awards here so far. I've been operating for a little over 4 years, and we've already won awards as being the top rated inspection business in in Southwest Florida. You know, there's a lot of incompetence here. Sure, you've seen it yourself, but always make sure you go with a qualified individual to do any kind of work in your house and make sure it's done right. And me, I come in and inspect these things to make sure that whoever you hired did it right. So I'll give a shout out to the plumbing nerds. They did a great job. I'm very happy with them. I'm gonna get my certificate for my 15.2 SEER, which is going to give me a tax credit rebate every year until the program runs out, the federal program. And that's really important. And like I said, we were able to achieve this because I installed a heat pump, more efficient system than just straight up electric AC. So it's something to think about. And I got to be honest with you, the cost increase was minimal. One of the reasons why, I know what I'm doing, and I wasn't going to let anybody play me. And I'll be honest with you, the plumbing nerds didn't even attempt to play me. And most contractors look at home inspectors as we're imbeciles. Well, not this guy, and I agree, a lot of them are, but not this guy. So you know, they were honest, they were on time, they did everything they said they were going to do. And so big shout out to the plumbing nerds. They all, you know, obviously they do cooling as well. Been to their shop and stuff. Met a lot of the employees, very good people. Highly recommend them. I don't know how they are with plumbing, but you know, that's another issue. I do most of that stuff myself anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna check out of this video, and hope you watch it. Very important. If you have any questions, give us a call. Bears Home Inspection, 239-319-0463. You can get us at bearshomeinspection.com. You can email us. You can use our contact page. Contact the Super Cub. She'll answer any of your questions as I will myself. But anyway, have a great day and stay cool.